Howdy Facebook, welcome to today's live, 12 o'clock Perth Western Australia time. Every time we are going live, today we're going to be talking about driving traffic through the battle plan method, marketing method with our CWR process. Now, this process you must be using through your marketing, and you must be using all three of them as well. To be able to market and expand your business, driving more traffic, driving more leads, driving more sales through your business as well. You must be doing it using this methodology within the battle plan marketing method that we teach, and we do. So you want to be using all three of these to be able to work most effectively from marketing. It's not one thing that you do once, right? And then you shut it off for a little while and then you leave it. You got to be consistently doing all these three main things within this CWR process. Now, as you guys are tuning in, what I want you to do, share the stream. More people need to hear this information. We're going to be getting started in a couple of minutes. I'm going to be sharing you and diving deeper into the exact aspect of marketing that you must be doing in order to drive more traffic, drive more sales, drive more business to you, have people lining up wanting to do business with you. And you must be doing all three of these partial sections within the battle plan marketing method, right? If you haven't got a battle plan together for your business, marketing wise, you're leaving so much money on the table for your business at the moment. And it's just, it's just going to leave you in a point eventually where you will be just frustrated. You will be wondering where the next deal is going to come from, and you just won't know where to go next, right? Which is a frustrating part to be in business, not knowing where your next lead is going to come from, where your next sale is going to come from, and how you can be able to expand it. So you want to be using all these three aspects of the battle plan marketing method to be able to have the right battle plan in place so that, you know, when you are expanding your business, where you're wanting to take your business to a whole new level, these three things you must be doing consistently to be able to create the growth that you and your company deserve. So as you guys are tuning in, let me know where you are from. Let me know, what you want to learn from today. Like and share this particular stream as well. More people need to hear this information. And we're going to get started, right? So you might be going, what is the battle plan marketing method? Well, the battle plan marketing method, for starters, for those of you that are joining in and just seeing me for the first time, the battle plan marketing method is a system that systematically gets you leads for your business every single day. It helps you generate on average between 37 to 59 leads in 28 days or less, regardless of whether you've ever marketed before, whether you have a well-known brand, or whether you're no good with tech. That's what it systematically helps you do on a 28-day period. Now, as part of this as well, there's three main aspects of marketing that you must be doing consistently within this process for it to work most effectively. Some people go and they just do one part of it. They don't do the rest of it. Some people do another part of it and then they leave the rest of it. You got to be consistently doing all three of these every single day, right? Not just, one day of the week, the second day of the week, another day of the week, right? Not just, time and time again when you feel like it. You got to be consistently doing all of this as well. And even if you're not at a point where you're wanting to just generate leads at the moment as well, like even if you're just at a point where you're just not wanting to generate leads, you're switching off campaigns, you should still have a method in place where you're continuing to build audiences anyway. So even when marketing is switched off, you should be still building audiences through social. So we're talking today, three main things today that you must be running consistently to be able to generate leads on social. Because let's face it, you've got this big overarching product, service that you do that provides value to somebody in some way, shape or form. Everybody's got a different aspect to what they do. Now, there's three aspects within the CWR process that you must be driving traffic-wise every single day. So the first part of it that you must be driving is you must be driving cold traffic. So this is people that don't know who you are, have no idea who you are, never met you before. They're just coming to you and they're coming to your brand for the very first time. Now, as part of that, we did a training going back about about a month and a half ago now around the specifics, sort of tactical, etc., that you must do. Today, I'm giving you the overarching of it as well. So you've got to be, when it comes to cold traffic, you got to be driving cold traffic like every single day, reaching new people, and you can do this through various different forms. I like social media because I'm in control of where I'm sending it. A previous business of ours that we ran, we did lots of Google advertising, right? And it got to a point in a highly, highly competitive industry that, you know, people would hire teams to go onto Google and just click on your ad a million times. So you would look at your statistics and you would go, this person is like, there's just been an enormous amount of clicks here. And you're like, what the hell's going on? And it's been either a bot that was sent or somebody that's gone in to just literally consistently just keep click, 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 because it was just abnormal, the amount of clicks. So Google is, people can do that. People don't always do that, but it can happen in highly competitive industries. However, the best thing I like about social is it gives you the ability to be able to target specific and also find other people that are like those people that you're after. So driving cold traffic consistently, overarching strategy, remember we're talking today, driving cold traffic statistically every single day is something that you must be doing every single day. You must be reaching out to new people. You must be finding new people. And that brings me to the second point, is that when you're getting this cold traffic and you're driving this cold traffic, you want to ensure as well that, we've spoken about this several times, you're attracting the 3 different types of people through your marketing. The first person is someone that's ready to do something now, someone that's ready to do something in the next month to 12 months, and someone that's ready to do something in the next year to 10 years. And that's the future proofing of your business, right? So that's you must be driving that from a cold marketing side, and then bringing through and consistently being in front of people too. There's the people that are, you know, a month to 12 months, and then the next year to 12 years in those categories, right? Where people are, you know, you want to make sure that it brings it to the second point, which is warming them up, okay? Ensuring that you're continuing to warm up your prospects in your marketing funnel as well, consistently being in front of them and consistently building authority, relationships, and building consumer confidence or business confidence or whatever you want to call it, right? Building social proof, which is another aspect to it. That's like an extra bonus for you guys today. Building social proof through elements of psychology through your marketing. So hitting on people's fears, desires, you know, social proof in their mind to see other people doing it, so people can be future-proofed to go, okay, cool, these people have done it, you know, I can do this as well. If that person can do it, so can I, right? So whenever you think about the last time that you opted into something on social, right, it's tapped into elements of psychology, it's tapped into certain desires, it's tapped into certain fears, frustrations, things like that might be going through your mind at the time. And then all of a sudden, before you know it, you've given away your name, email, and contact number, you've opted in, and boom, you're away, right? So you want to have all these different elements, right? Where you've got cold traffic being driven consistently, that's building audiences of people that are ready to do something now, next month to 12 months, and the next 12 months to 10 years. So your business is being future-proofed. And then on the back end, of that, the third thing, you must have a re-engagement strategy, right? So it's great to get all of these leads, right? I see so many people just doing cold traffic and not doing warm. Then I see heaps of people doing warm consistently and not doing cold at the same time, right? And then I see other people that have switched off the cold and warm and they're just doing re-engagement. And that's okay, just doing re-engagement. However, marketing is also consistency. So it's consistently doing the same thing over and over again to get a certain result, right? So there's a definition of insanity if things aren't working, doing the same thing over and over again to get a different result. And then there's from marketing, right, which is when you got things converting and working well, doing the same thing over and over again to get a consistent result, okay? So that's the aspect from marketing, that once things are working, you want to consistently do them to get the same result. So welcome everybody to the stream as well, by the way. Welcome, Mum. Welcome, Serena. Welcome, Veronique. Hope you're doing amazing. Welcome, Ali. Welcome, Ida. Welcome, Michael. Hope you're all doing fantastically. Hit me up. Tell me how you guys are in the comments. So you must be having consistency with what you do. Marketing, once it's automated, once it's working for you, it's about doing the same thing over and over again to get a consistent result, which is consistently names, emails, contact numbers, people to speak to about your service, building audiences, cold audiences of people that have had the first touch points with your business, marketing to those warm audiences, having additional touch points with people as well, building warm audiences, consistently marketing to warm audiences, and then having a re-engagement strategy on the end. And we've got all this mapped out actually in our organic lead generation aspect to our armory as well, where we're consistently re-engaging through re-engagement emails, re-engagement texts, re-engagement calls, multiple different types of channels, as well as the remarketing on social as well. So remarketing to people and filtering out the people that are ready to do some business now, which is what it's all about, right? What's going to grow your business in this moment is the ability to be able to speak to someone first, and then your ability to be able to turn that person from something to a deal, a sale, business, money in your pocket, right? Focusing on the numbers. I've had several conversations with corporations around this as well, and it's like, without front-end data, the back-end results don't show. So it's like, if there's no calls made on the front end to new leads, there will be no sales. If there's no follow-up done, there is no sales. If there's no appointments in a calendar, there will be no sales. It's called hope, right? Or flukes, or luck that you're going to get a sale if there's nothing in the calendar. However, if there's nothing in the calendar, it's usually because there's nothing done on the front end action-wise in order to make that happen. So it's building these three main things in your marketing and doing it consistently over and over again to get a consistent result, which is consistent leads every day and then consistent deals every single day. With us in our company, we want to see sales every day, minimum of one, right? Every single day, 365 for the year, every single day from a salesperson. Make one sale a day is the expectation, right? So we got 7 days in a week. We want 7 sales a week, okay? And it's about, once you've got the front end working, you've got the marketing coming in, it's like you don't need to touch that anymore. Now it's about consistently also marketing cold, warm, and then having re-engagement. So re-engagement is the calls, re-engagement is the emails, re-engagement is the text messages, right? Warming people up, cold through email, warm through email, re-engaging through email. Same with text messages, the same thing once again. The more touch points you have with someone, the more sales you will make. The more conversations that you have, the more sales you make. It's a data and numbers based game. This is why I reckon accountants would love this, because when you've got the leads coming on the front end and there's all the data and everything that's involved, and then it's like a game to go, okay, how can I reduce the spend on the front end to acquire one client? And once you've got that done, right, then it's literally about holding the profits in the company, right? It's all the data. All the data as to, what it takes to acquire clients. And then on the back end, it's about how can I reduce the cost per client? And then after that, it's like, how can I retain more of the profits? You guys get what I'm throwing down here as well? Because it's like, it's not just one thing you do at a certain time, it's all of it, right? Consistently market to cold, consistently, market to warm, and consistently have a re-engagement strategy, right? If you're cold calling And that's a marketing strategy of yours, which still works, by the way. A lot of marketing people will say, I feel sorry for the person that is cold calling every single day. I see that in marketing campaigns, and I go, well, I applaud them that they take enough action and they do it. I applaud the people that cold call. Well done. Imagine what would happen if you mix that with one of these campaigns, right? You've got exponential growth. They got a cold calling strategy. It's bringing them in clients. Fantastic. Imagine what will happen when you get a paid marketing strategy with it as well. Take all the data that you're getting from cold calling, putting it into a marketing campaign, and you're going to get some real systematic and like massive growth, exponential growth as part of your business with that strategy. A lot of people say, I feel sorry for the person that has to cold call every day. I applaud them. The person that cold calls every single day and uses this strategy as a way to be able to expand, because there's no, like, the more ways that you can get in touch with more people, the better. And the same system works for cold calling. So cold calling people every single day to reach new clients, have new conversations, warm people that you've had a conversation with before, and you consistently get in touch with them from a cold calling perspective to continue to warm them up, right? So when they are ready to go, they're ready to go. Then the third part, re-engaging, continuing to re-engage those people that you're cold calling. The same aspect works. And it's the same across all types of marketing. Same with Google advertising. If you're marketing to people to cold on Google, retarget them, warm them up on Facebook, grab an email, contact number and a name, and then re-engage through email and text message. Re-engage through remarketing. So you've got to be having these three aspects into your marketing campaigns consistently so that you're speaking to new people every single day. And I tell you what, the ones that you've warmed up, the ones that you've re-engaged, very, very high close ratios. We have very high close ratios of our re-engagement and warming up audiences, right? Cold traffic, from capturing their details through to phone conversations. We get them on phone conversations. It's a minimum of a 30 to 35% bare minimum close ratio. So it's like you speak to 10, you get 3 to 4 every single time, right? Then from there, that goes up considerably. We've seen as high as 88% on closing. And that's even with people that aren't salespeople either, right? You just got to have a system to go by. And you got to be using all three of these aspects within your marketing. You got to be hitting cold traffic. You got to make sure that you have a warming up strategy, and you do have a re-engagement strategy as well. If you're missing one piece, you're leaving money on the table. You got to be using all three. It doesn't matter whether you're cold call marketing, whether you're letterbox dropping, whether you're doing direct mail outs, whether you're doing social media marketing, whether you're doing Google advertising. Doesn't matter what you're doing, you got to be hitting on these three things, which is hitting cold traffic consistently, warming up traffic and hitting warm traffic consistently, and then hitting re-engaging leads, re-engaging contacts, re-engaging people as well. Quite often we've got people that are in our database just recently, people that joined our programs, 2 years worth of follow-up. Boom, get started. Very simple conversation, right? Already had conversations with us in the past, had several touch points. This is where people are missing out in their businesses right now, is they're not re-engaging past clients, and that's some of the easiest, quickest sales that they can get for their business really quickly. And this is what we do, like in our higher level consulting that we're doing with people. We're looking at, okay, these are the areas we're looking at in the early stages of it, and we're consistently looking at. What are you hitting? Are you hitting cold, warm, and what's your re-engagement strategy? When was the last time you did a re-engagement strategy? When was the last time you ran to warm traffic? When was the last time you ran to cold traffic? What was the results? What was the offer? How long did you run it for? How long did you spend? How many sales did you get from it? How much cash in the bank as opposed to sale volume? Because the two things that are very vastly different, cash in the bank, sales volume, two different things. some people are doing 12-month contracts, right? So they might see $2,000 come in the first month in cash, and then there's 22 outstanding over the next 12 months. Every business has slightly different things. Some businesses sell like, I'm just talking coaching, consulting at the moment, right? So some consultants, they'll sell like a 10-pack of their services one-on-one, for example, and they will have it as a weekly payment, right? So you just pay your $210 a week, or you pay your $220 a week, or you just pay that each session you come in. However, what we've got to really look at is that a lot of people statistically want to save money. Everyone wants to save money in some way, shape, or form. So it's looking at ways to be able to capture more income upfront into the business so that we can start profiting quicker. Had a conversation with a client, a new potential client this morning, who's going to take up our last scale partner spot, and that's going to be shut off completely for the time being. So this particular client came to us. They're writing a lot of 3-year contracts, no marketing, so they're not hitting any cold, warm, or re-engagement. They're getting 7 to 20 leads a week just organically through their website, just given to them, which is amazing, by the way. That's amazing. And they're getting 1 to 2 sales a month from that. And then on the other side to it as well, there's no other forms of remarketing, so there's no warm traffic there, and there's no re-engagement. So there's might have been heaps of people that have come to them in the past that maybe weren't ready yet, that have gone on and bought from other companies, or haven't bought anything at all yet, completely forgotten about it. There's no re-engagement strategy, so there's a lot of money left there on the table for that business. But not only that, it's like they're doing 3-year contracts, and all of their payments are in arrears, which that gets paid after they've done the work, right? So at the end of the month, they're getting paid every single month. And then sometimes it's like, some will pay in 7 days, some will pay in the next 60 to 90 days. So then sometimes it can be up to 3 months, 4 months before receiving payments, right? And they've installed a service in place, and they've been doing a service in place. And for a business, it's like, when you do a service, you want to get paid for it, right? It's the sustainability of being able to go out and continue to do the work. So you got to have the cold, warm, and re-engagement strategies and all this sort of stuff. But this is what we're looking at in businesses now. It's like, how can we recoup things up front? How can we reduce the risk from a business to be able to get more upfront for your service, so then you can provide a more of a kick-ass experience for people, right? You can continue to be able to provide a higher level of service because you've been paid for the service, which is really important. So looking at all of these things in a business to be able to reduce risk, to be able to continue to be able to make that business scalable from a marketing perspective is really, really important. And this is all the stuff that you guys have got to be looking at. And if you're not looking at it consistently, or if you haven't done that yet, you got to reach out to someone that can tear it to bits for you. And you got to commit to the process, right? Because talking about today is the overarching strategy of what you guys should be doing from a marketing perspective. But then there's heaps of other little bits and pieces to the wheel that I've spoken about you guys have got to continue to be able to go to. So you got to be consistently hitting cold traffic. You got to be consistently warming up that traffic, and you've got to be consistently having a re-engagement strategy in place to be able to extract out the people when they're ready. Okay. So you got to have all three of those. If you're missing one piece, you're leaving money on the table. And usually where businesses are falling up, I've found from speaking to now thousands of businesses all around Australia and internationally, is the re-engagement is lacking. Or there's no warm ways that they're warming up their traffic. And if you're missing those two, that's more important than cold. However, with warm and engagement doesn't happen without cold. So they're all working hand in hand. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? Like, are you understanding what I'm talking about today around the importance of this particular aspect, when you're implementing like our battle plan method, for example, like it engages all of this process, by the way. So you want to ensure that you're continually using this particular part of it. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying? If you're getting what I'm saying, just say, yes, I understand, or just say understand, or yes, or something into the comments so I can understand that you guys are getting it. Otherwise, I'm happy to sort of re-explain it slightly differently. That's why I rehash over things too, because I want you guys to be able to really understand exactly what it is that I'm talking about as well, so that you can go, okay, cool, pull this to bits, get it on paper. What's my strategy now? How am I going to do this? Ask yourself good quality questions. And what am I going to do to implement that as well? So little things that you can do along the way that are going to help make life easier. Fill the calendars, have more people to speak to so that you guys can start really getting the results that you deserve. Because I know every single one of you that joins into these live streams every day, that's 12 o'clock every single day, free, no email, no contact number required, all this sort of stuff. And we just physically help you get all this in place and running. That's it. That's it. Simple as that. And this is what it's all about. It's about giving you guys ways to get quick wins, giving you guys ways to be able to continue to market, continue to speak to new people, continue to make new sales, and grow. In the link here above, you can get access to the marketing blueprint. It goes a lot more in depth into the process, the system, the strategy, and why that's important to you guys as well. And heaps of other little bits to the puzzle that you got to keep in mind, sort of very big picture strategy, right, as to what you've got to do and how you got to go and put the pieces of the puzzle together for your business's marketing plan. And it's not like I'm going to have some of it and not other points. It's you've got to have the whole kit and caboodle, the whole pizza, right? You got to eat the whole pizza. You don't just take little bits of the pizza. This is the time that you can overeat, right? You can overeat in this particular part of business, right? Because it all works together in the overarching strategy. The one time that someone's going to allow you guys to overeat is when it comes to your business, and using this aspect to be able to help you guys grow. Because people don't explain it the way that you must be hitting to these 3 different parts consistently every single day in your business. So you should be hitting cold traffic, hitting warm traffic, and you must be re-engaging people in some way, shape, or form. And you must be doing it every single day. And some people understand it. Some people might go, oh yeah, I understand this. I know this already. However, as well, I would then question, if you're not doing it, why aren't you doing it? Because to know something and not to do is not to know, right? I'll repeat it again. To know something and not to do it is not to know, because you'd be doing it anyway. You would have it in your strategy. You'd be consistently doing it every single day. But if you're not doing it, then really what's being said is that you don't know it, really. Because everybody knows they should eat healthy, right? A lot of people don't do it. I just engaged a coach for myself for health, right? Because I want to create new habits, and part of those new habits is, holding myself accountable to somebody else as well, which is also very, very important, because it can be scary going back into the gym. It can be scary, like, the brain says, I haven't got time, and it makes all these excuses, etc. And I sat down with the coach last night because I did my induction with him. And then I was in the gym at 5 a.m. this morning as my commitment. And he said, Jarrod, the commitment is you got to be in the gym 3 days a week. Can you do that? I said, yes. And he kept repeating back to me. He goes, Jarrod, so what's the commitment? 3 days a week in the gym, eating whole foods only. Yes. 3 days in the gym every single week, eating cold foods only, right? Sorry, not cold foods. Whole foods only, right? Because he goes, I understand it's tough going from eating everything that you want, right? Then going into cold turkey, right? Doing the work and eating healthy, right? You guys understand that. So we change the habits over time, right? So the first week is, switch to whole foods, into the gym 3 days a week, start creating the habit. And I know for me, when I commit to somebody and I say that I'm going to do something, I follow through every single time without fail. So if I say to someone I'm going to show up to an appointment, I show up to the appointment. If I say to someone I'm going to get something done by a certain day, I'll get that done. If I say to somebody that, I'm going to be in the gym 3 days a week, actually, because I'm an overachiever, I said I'm going to be in the gym 4 days a week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be in there. And, to make it work in my day, I have to set aside time for it. So that's going to mean less sleeping in and more, into the gym doing the work. And it's the same thing with your business as well. It's like we can understand things to a certain extent, right? And we can say that we know things. But if to know something and not to do it is really not to know. So we want to then remain accountable to somebody to ensure that we're going to get the work done. All right. And this is why it's so important to have somebody there to help you as well. Basically, just hold yourself accountable to get the work done. Or get someone to just take care of, partial it, hand it over to you, and then you can start doing it, right? Because you've got little aspects of things done, and then you're just left then to do the driving of traffic or whatever that is, right? Like you could just call us up, for example, and you could just say, hey, Jarrod, can you set up all of our landing pages and our automations and everything, and then just hand it over to us? And I want to learn how to drive the traffic. It's like, cool, we could do that for you. Or you might just go like a lot of our scale partners do, which, and you could just say, hey, can you just take everything over and then just help us with overarching strategy for the rest of our business? And we're like, cool, we can do that. Or you might just say, hey, I just want to do it all myself, but I just need someone to hold me accountable. And in that case, for $1 a day, you join the 300 mastermind, So giving you just everything step by step as to what to do. And I mean, there's so many people you could be getting advice from all around the internet, right? And there's heaps of people giving you different pieces of advice too, by the way. Some credible, some not credible. I don't get into that space. However, you want to be looking at people and going, okay, cool, what are they doing that I'm not doing that's getting them the results? And really, you want to be questioning as well, going, okay, the end goal is this. Can this person help me do this? And then you just want to be just taking action on that, but going all in on that person, right? I found that when I got little bits of pieces of advice from multiple different people across the internet, it just got super confusing and really not as much got done. Because one person would say to do it this way, then another person would say to do it this way, then another person would say do it this way, and they'd say don't do this, another person would say don't do this. And all it was doing was just confusing. And it's like, okay, what do I do now? It's the same when you look for free advice on the internet, right? Heaps of different pieces of information all given, and you just want to get it systemized into something that you can go through and just do step by step. I'm a firm believer you don't need to learn everything about something before doing it. Richard Branson said it best. He says, when you're presented with a great opportunity, just say yes and work out the details later. If you can just get someone to give you a system to implement, and some people say there isn't such thing as a system. Well, there is a system to follow, right? And there is a system that you can put in place that can get your results. And yes, then you tweak that system to get better results. The same as anything, okay? So you just want to get something systemized, put in place, speeds up the process so you don't have to, go through the overwhelm of looking at a million different things on the internet, right? And you can just go through the training, do the work, get the results. And look, you grab the marketing guide that's here in the description. That's going to give you more than what you need. And then, hey, you just join the 300 mastermind, for example, for $1 a day. You can get access to absolutely everything that we do. Become a next case study of ours. And that's all we ask. Do the work, get the result. If you're accountable to somebody else other than yourself, you will start to get more results. And you will feel the hesitance up front of someone else holding you accountable, right? Last night in the gym, I felt it. This guy that's my coach was a hard ass. He said to me at one stage, because I was asking him different questions around whole foods and all that type of stuff, and what is it, what's best to have, and all this type of stuff. And he just said, as long as it walked around once or it grew on a tree or something, it's whole. Okay. So I said, his eggs are whole food, right? He goes, yes, it is. It's as raw and as whole as it can get, right? So he was very direct, which is what I want anyway. And he was straight to the point. And, I said to him, I'd prefer this time or this time of a morning. It would be more ideal. But he said, okay, that just sounds like excuses. Get in and get started. So that's when I just booked the 5 a.m. session, right? And I just got started as a 5 a.m. session. We all do it. We all have the excuses. We need somebody to hold us accountable. At the moment, the gym isn't a habit for me. It will be a habit though. And the way I'll create it is by having a coach there to be able to help me through that process and hold me accountable and, allow me to not speak any more bullshit around the reasons why, I'm busy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm something else, I'm running a business, managing a team, running marketing, managing clients, all this type of stuff, all the excuses in the world. He's not going to take any of it. And he's going to hold me accountable to it as well. And if I don't check in with him, he's going to call me and he's going to say, hey, what's going on? And that's a lot of the time what a lot of people need as well, is that somebody just to hold them accountable. But there becomes a point where it's just babying somebody. So you're here to hold accountability, but you're not here to baby somebody. A lot of it is also us internally going, I'm going to do the work and I'm going to commit. So you got to hold yourself to the fire. You got to hold yourself accountable to do the work. And hey, after this, I'm going to grab some lunch. I'm going to start booking out the rest of my sessions for this week in the gym. And I'm going to go grab my bottle of water. I'm going to have some more water. Right? It's building positive habits, building the right habits that's going to be able to help you move forward. And a lot of the time what people need is they need a system to follow and someone just to hold them accountable. And there's always that initial resistance. I felt that resistance last night in the gym, going, fuck you, I understand all of this already, but I'm not doing it, so I don't really understand it, do I? So, practicing everything that I preach, someone holds me accountable, I start getting the result. And I know that I will absolutely blitz this challenge. By the end of the challenge, I'm going to drop more than what's expected in the contracts written. So I got like a written agreement as to what I'm going to do the next 12 weeks for my fitness. It's crazy. It's good. And it's all relevant. All of it's relevant. So for all of you that are here right now, if you're not following the page yet, make sure that you are. Every single day we're going live, 12 o'clock, Perth, Western Australia time. We've got interviews, new content, new motivation, new things to be able to help you guys grow. Today we spoke about heaps of things, right? The main intention today was to speak around the CWR process that you must have within your marketing, which is, quick summary, you must be hitting cold traffic all the time. You must be hitting warm traffic all the time. So it's people that already know you, already had touch points with your business, and you must be re-engaging people consistently every single day, right? That's what you must be doing every single day in your business. Every single day you must be doing that, right? And consistently doing it every single day. So that's what we spoke about today. Every single day we're going live. Follow the page. Just click follow at the top. There might even be on some of your devices under the video there. If you're on laptop or something, you should be able to click follow on the actual live stream as well. So if you're not following the page, make sure you are following it and you're seeing absolutely everything first, getting notified every time you go live. Come on here, get content, get implementation, and start doing the work. All I ask for every single one of you that join in live every single day, give us a review, right? Once you get a result, you implement some things, even if you just like even if it's like a motivation thing, right? And now you're just incredibly inspired to be able to do things and you're taking actions that you never did before. Even if that's you, give us a review at the top of the page and just let us know. Give us feedback on the live streams as to, what you get from these live streams as well. Network on the live streams, meet new people off the live streams, comment on it, actively engage. These types of things are the things that are going to help you retain more from the live streams. Repeat into the live stream what I talk about. It will help you retain it, okay? Little things. What was the number one thing that you got from each live stream that you're not doing now that you will do? Comment it into the comments. Follow the page, see everything first. Grab the marketing blueprint, it'll give you a lot more insights. And start engaging in the debate because nobody else on the whole entire internet is doing this for you guys right now. It's for you guys to get this information. They're saying, give me your name, email, and contact number through a cold marketing campaign, by the way, cold marketing. And then from there, what's happening is they're getting you on a sales call and they're giving you this information then and saying, hey, join my $50,000 or $20,000 program and you can get this type of advice then. Right? So no one's giving you the free advice like this. So you want to be seeing the page every single day so you can get help with that. Then, if you want any further assistance, just whenever you're ready, just hit us up. We're going to be here, right? But make sure in all of your campaigns, you are doing this CWR process, hitting cold traffic every day, warm traffic every day, and you're re-engaging people every single day. That's what you want to be doing, and you make sure that you're doing that every single day. Because this one thing is really important. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. Nobody else will. Ain't nobody going to fight for your freedom for you. You got to do it for yourself. Every single day, I want you to get out there, take action, and I want you to make it happen, implement and make sure that you're hitting cold traffic, warm traffic, and re-engaging people every single day. And remember to be the warrior. I'll see you guys tomorrow for our interview with Amanda, right, from Dubai, coming in from UAE, right? We're going to be talking around international business, setting up offshore companies, growing your business internationally, scaling it, structuring it, putting it in place. We're going to be talking about all this stuff tomorrow with her. Make sure you tune in. That is 12 o'clock Perth, Western Australia time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. New Zealand, 12 a.m. Florida, and that sort of section of the US. And I look forward to seeing you guys then. Be the warrior. Speak soon.